Episode 1! Well, this is the story all about how I turned the anime industry upside down. So I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you all about the first season of Demon Slayer. In some random village I was born and raised. Being the family breadwinner, how I spent my days wouldn't hurt anybody, had a friendly face. Then an old man was like, come sleep at my place. I'm not gonna lie, that was kinda creepy, but I had to admit I was kinda sleepy. Woke up the next morning, everything was fine. Nothing bad was gonna happen to the family of mine. And then I got home and oh my god, stop the music, what the frick?
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Well, my family is dead now. Whoever did it probably has a huge head count. And since I'm the protagonist and this is Demon Slayer, I guess I gotta go find him and make him meet his maker. Wait, Nezuko, what's wrong? Do you need another Snickers again? We don't have any more. Wait, what the frick is wrong with you? I look nothing like a Snickers, don't eat me! Wait, who's this dude? No, give me my sister back, bro. No one's supposed to be into her for like 10 episodes. Wait, she's a demon? No, I will save her. I will get her body back. I mean, get her humanity back. Wait, who are you telling me about now? Nah, dude, I am not going to see another old guy if he's gonna make me sleep at his place. Oh, look, that's exactly where we're headed. Episode 2!
It turns out Nezuko has become a Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon?
Your mom!
It's a Diglett, and she's traveling in the daytime inside of the basket Tanjiro has made. They start climbing up a mountain where they stumble upon a shrine. Inside they find...
Fuck you, said many little...
The demon attacks the siblings, but then comes Nezuko taking a free kick.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Tanjiro is then found by a masked man with a long nose, who's none other than the god himself. He tells Tanjiro to smash the demon's head with a rock, but he's a shonen protagonist, so doing something bad isn't really possible. The sunrise ends up killing him anyway. Soga King scolds Tanjiro, telling him he has no resolve, informing him that if his sister ever kills an innocent person, that he should kill her instantly and then commit seppuku. Tanjiro is then forced to run to Urukadaki's house with his sister to prove his resolve, since he failed the first test. He asks if he passed and Urukadaki is like,
no. Oh my god.
He says that the real test starts now and tells Tanjiro to run down the mountain to the house by daybreak. Tanjiro's naive ass, thinking he's the MC, he can easily get down a stupid mountain and then starts running. He trips on a rope and gets smacked in the head with a log, rocks getting caught on trees, pretty much every trap you can think of, as Uraraki sets everything up to test him. But in the end, obviously, he passes the test.
Episode 3!
Tanjiro then starts being trained by Soga King to pass another exam to join the Demon Slayer Corps, which of course means Tanjiro starts his training arc. Editors, please cue the montage. Anyways, Tanjiro learns to breathe and has to slice a big boulder to even be allowed to participate in the Demon Slayer exam. But thankfully, he met kids named Sabito and Makoto, and they teach him how to do total breath concentration, and after a 6 months time skip, he finally slices the boulder.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Episode 4.
So after passing the test, Tanjiro heads out with his Anbu mask on. He reaches the exam location and sees a bunch of kids around his age ready to take on the exam. Some stands out being Zenitsu and Kanao. The two lollies up front explain that to pass the exam, they must survive in a forest where demons reside, and that's for 7 days. As he starts running into the forest, he smells a demon, but he can't spot where he is.
Good evening.
The two demons don't even care about Tanjiro as they start arguing about whose food Tanjiro is. As Tanjiro gets up, he finds out that he is being ignored. And after witnessing this disrespect, Tanjiro activates his Black Air Force energy and slices their heads in one swing. However, a big, giant, nasty-ass demon shows up right around the corner about to eat another test taker. Tanjiro, being the protagonist, he jumps in to save him, slashing the demon's arm, and then the demon doesn't give a shit. Extends, morphs his arms like he's Luffy or some shit, snatching up the fallen kid and forces Tanjiro to save him once again. The demon then starts his, bad guy monologue about how he is 47 years old and he was captured by Tanjiro Sensei, how he is the strongest, baddest demon in the forest and he's gonna gobble up Tanjiro, just like he did with 13 other students. And this is where Tanjiro engages in battle with this demon.
Episode 5.
We get a flashback of Urokodaki going beast mode on the younger demon, and as he goes in for the final blow, we see that the demon is actually seeing Urokodaki in Tanjiro, and then he dies. Now, of course, we get a sympathetic demon backstory, like duh! Tanjiro asks God to make sure that the demon isn't reborn again as a demon, and the next thing we know, he's back with his brother in his afterlife as a human. Wait. Tanjiro's protagonist powers are so strong he can even tell God what to do?
You have no power here.
Oh my god! Tanjiro ultimately survived the exam, obviously. And wow, what do you know? The clear main characters from the exam we saw earlier just so happened to be the only ones who also passed? We learn about the 10 ranks of the Demon Slayers, but nobody gives a shit about all that, so moving on. They all get given a talking bird as their main forms of communication. Genya then does a dick move for like no reason, like calm down my dude, you're gonna get your sword.
Bruh, chill, I don't know why you in a big time rush.
And so Tanjiro casually breaks his arm for extra rawness and swag main character points. They then choose which one they want their Nichiren swords to be made from. Tanjiro travels back to meet up with Nezuko and Urokodaki, and they all have a little happy crying hug. Oh, so heartwarming. Yeah. Urokodaki says how Nezuko has started to sleep in order to regain strength rather than eat, which is hella relatable, you know what I'm saying? And then these Akatsuki looking dudes show up 15 days later.
Episode 6. Okay, so it's been like 6 episodes and not one word has been said about this opening, so Izukaya Yuramo! It's pretty good.
Nice.
Urokodaki explains that the drip our boy has got on is water and fireproof, and also toothproof. No demons getting into this thing. He also says that Tanjiro's sword is the type that becomes a different color depending on who owns it, but that they rarely turn black, like this one did for our dude. In other words, step aside, Guts and Kirito, the real black swordsman has arrived.
Stop the cap.
He says that those with black blades are said to never go far, but what this dude needs to get through his thick skull is that our man right here, he is the protagonist. This black blade makes him special, the chosen one, better than all the rest, bruh. This is a shonen after all.
So true.
So, as a reward for being the main character, Tanjiro unlocks the Nezuko box, something sturdier that can protect Nezuko while they're out and about during the day. Now armed with his new drip, his protagonist sword, and his Nezuko box backpack, our boy finally sets out on his journey. He makes his way into the town he'd been assigned and instantly notices the people are out of sorts, whispering amongst themselves, as well as a man beaten up, dirty, tired, barely able to walk. Like, this dude looks like he just got done watching the Jiraiya death scene for the first time, and it just hurt him so bad that he's been reduced to whatever this is. I know how he feels though. I think we all know that pain. He suddenly realizes the bummy-looking Naruto stan is actually the guy he's looking for, and asks to hear his story. The dude then takes Tanjiro where a young woman had vanished. Tanjiro immediately gets down on all fours and starts sticking his nose all over that dirty, sick, vile, walked-on ground. We then get a flashback of the raggedy old Naruto weeb, and it's revealed that he's not actually an anime fan at all. He just got those injuries from the missing girl's folks because they thought it was his fault. Whew! Thank God he wasn't a Naruto fan. That show is trash! Demon Slayer is the only anime that matters, right guys?
What if I told you, shut the fuck up?
Oh hey, look at that, it's nighttime. Suddenly, another woman goes missing, but Tanjiro expected as much and starts running to the scene. And jumping, like, really high. I guess when you're the MC and split a boulder in half, you unlock frog legs or something. I don't know, man, it's anime.
What is that?
Nothing. No. It's not anime.
He arrives at the spot where he smells the demon, but doesn't see it anywhere. So he just stabs the ground and snuffs the dude out. A young woman pops up from the ground, and so Tanjiro reaches for her. But it was a trap! Or was it? He actually succeeds in saving her? Huh, I wonder why. Because he's the protagonist! Flashback! Urokodaki explains that blah blah blah, the demon you're fighting is special and has OP blood powers because the blood said so. Go beat him up. And so he does just that. Flashback! Again! Hey, the dude that turned your sister into a memeable demon, he's actually like the daddy of all demons. Also, he knows how to fix your sister, and his name is Michael Jackson. Back to fighting! Oh snap, that girl from earlier's dead! More fighting! Oh snap, Nezuko's out of the backpack box! Flashback! Again, I hypnotized your sister, so she loves people now. Unflashback! Episode 7! So, Tanjiro gets the bright idea during this whole mess that he wants to go swimming in the demonic, muddy-looking death water. Yep. Makes total sense to me.
What are you, stupid?
The demons think our boy is a dummy, that he don't have that protagonist level big brain, and that he didn't get a whole training arc, so they swoop in and try to attack him. What they don't know is that this dude is a water type, so he's actually stronger in this kind of environment. So, of course, he totally bodies them. Meanwhile, fighting! Oh, snap! No! Not Nezuko-chan! No, she's fine. So Tanjiro's like, tell me about Michael Jackson now! And that's when this dude officially becomes a freaking wimp! Flashback! Keep your mouth shut or I'ma kill you! On flashback! And with that, our protagonist has finished his long day of doing, well, protagonisty things. So he heads on home. Psych! That bird shows up again like, ha! You thought you could go home? Guess what? You gotta go to Tokyo now, so get over there! My man starts to relax for a moment. You know, he's had a long, stressful day. He just wants to eat some friggin' food. When, of course, he smells another demon. Only difference is, this one stinks. Now, normally, when you smell something this foul, you'll walk the other way, right? But see, our boy Tanjiro, he's not normal. This dude starts running towards the stinky stench because it smells like the demon who killed his family.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
When he finally catches up to him, the source of the smell, it's revealed to be... Okay, you can't even clown me for saying this. This is literally Michael Jackson. Look at this dude! He starts to draw his sword when he realizes that this dude has kids and a wife. This man is trying to blend in with society like he's a human too. What? And if I'm being real, this man has had more action than 99% of the people watching the show. And he's a demon and stinks.
He's out of line, but he's right.
The king of pop himself gets out his demon claws and slices somebody's neck real smooth and sneaky. You could say he's something of a smooth criminal. Nothing? Huh. Okay.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyway, that guy ends up becoming a demon and causing a distraction, forcing Tanjiro to take his attention off of his arch nemesis and onto the new matter at hand. But now Michael Jackson knows that Tanjiro knows who he is. Episode 8! Tanjiro handles the whole out-of-nowhere demon situation by telling that dude to shut the frig up! The Jackson family takes this opportunity to get the friggle frag out of there, with no one but our boy Tanjiro suspecting a thing. Well, him and a couple other strangers. The police think Tanjiro's harassing a random civilian, so they start telling him to get off the man, but he's like, are you blind? Look at this man! Do you want him to kill everyone here? And can I just take a second to point out that this show is just so ugly and dark? It looks like a Zack Snyder film. You know what it needs?
I don't know.
Yup, that's right. Flowers and rainbows. Now it's a 10 out of 10 anime. Better than One Piece.
No.
It turns out that these totally random people aren't people at all. They're actually people. Bruh. That are actually demons. But it's okay because they're good demons who actually want to kill Michael too. Meanwhile, you're old and ugly. What'd you say to me? Go kill the most protagonist-looking person you could find. Now beat it! Yes, sir. The good demon guy from earlier takes Tanjiro and Nezuko to their secret base, and it's there that we're properly introduced to Tamayo and Yushiro. Tamayo is a doctor who is able to easily control herself around human blood, but more importantly, she's also broken Michael Jackson's curse. Is there a way to change a demon back into a human? Well, there might be, because... Dodgeball fight! We're evil demons, because apparently we have to specify that now. Episode 9! So, 4 minutes into the episode, and we've already lost a head. Great start, great start. It's okay though, no one liked this guy anyways. Kind of a jerk. Oh shoot, the protagonist just did something cool, oh my god! This guy's head is growing back, for frick's sake! Can this show just kill a character without reviving him? Just one! Yo, what is happening? This chick has 6 arms?
Oh, that's hot.
Hey, yo, what the?
Not only that, but she canonically has more balls than any dude in this show so far. I mean, it's true. Just look. She's got 6. That's more than me, and that's definitely more than any of you watching.
Yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and yeah, that's true. That's true.
So anyway, balls are flying everywhere. No matter where you look, it's just balls, balls, balls all over the place. People are getting hit in the face by balls. Tanjiro is batting balls away with his sword, and some even get sliced in half.
That's gotta hurt.
Either way, I don't think I've ever seen an anime with more balls than this. Well, okay, not an on-brand anime anyway. Yushiro then tells our boy that if he just upgrades his vision, he can see where the balls are coming. That's right, all he has to do is download an update, and suddenly he unlocks the Byakugan and can see everything. So now, Tanjiro can see where the balls are going to go before they go there. Over-the-top action sequence! Flashback! I want to run tests on your sister. What kind of test? Just let me do them! Okay. On flashback! The efforts of our perfect protagonist are noble, but still not enough to faze the likes of his handsy foe. She grows back her lost limbs in no time flat, and now she means business. Cool sibling moment! Oh snap, it's getting all slow-mo again! He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! Ah! Oh, well, that was lame.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I am invisible now!
Nani?
Kick the baby.
Oh, he did the protagonist thing! Ah! Episode 10!
Because what do you know? The demon still lives. And he sends Tanjiro flying all around the place. And he has to keep on launching different attacks to soften the impact while he's being thrown around. Eventually though, Tanjiro outlasts the demon and it dies. Meanwhile, Nezuko's soccer practice comes in handy yet again as she protects Yushiro. And we get a fight so intense that it adds a whole new side to the Messi versus Ronaldo debate. Who will outkick the other demon?
2,000 years later.
Tamayo then tricks the demon into saying who sent them, and it just so happens to be none other than MJ. And because she said his name when she shouldn't have done, she dies. Tamayo asks if Tanjiro would like to leave Nezuko with them, as, you know, it would be safer than her going out into battle all the time. But Nezuko's all like, hell nah, I want to be a main character, man. Tanjiro's then sent on his next mission and bumps into who is later identified as Zenitsu, a clear main character if I've ever seen one.
Episode 11!
Zenitsu's begging a random girl to marry him, and his talking sparrow asks Tanjiro to help. After the poor girl is saved, we find out that Zenitsu has acquired loads of debt and thought he'd be better off dead, so he entered the final selection exam but fluked it and survived anyway. The two then begin travelling together and arrive at a mansion with a demon living inside. Inside is the big brother of 2 little kids, and so Tanjiro says he will save the day and get back their brother. This is when a guy suddenly comes flying out of the window. Luckily though, it turns out that it's not the older brother they're after. Tanjiro then forces Zenitsu to come and investigate the mansion with him, leaving Nezuko behind to keep the two kids safe. But they still end up going inside anyway because, you know, the plot's got to move forward, and as the house moves around, they're all separated into teams of two. Tanjiro encounters the boss of the house, and Zenitsu discovers a guy with a boar mask on who we all know is Inosuke. Tanjiro goes in to attack the demon, but he bangs on his drum, flipping the room on its side, which is when Inosuke enters.
Episode 12!
The fight begins, and the room starts spinning around, but Inosuke attacks Tanjiro? The demon's there like, aren't I the bad guy here? And then he proceeds to play some tunes. Then suddenly, Tanjiro and Inosuke are separated once again. Tanjiro smells blood on the other side of the door, so he checks it out and...
It's so warm underground that I took it off. I love you, Ino.
We then meet back up with Zenitsu, who is still a pussy.
Pussy! Pussy, pussy, pussy!
But he tells the kid to be quiet so that demons don't find them, which is actually a pretty smart plan.
Run, bitch!
They try running away from the demon, but Zenitsu passes out. And it turns out that Zenitsu becomes a badass in his sleep and one-shots the demon. Back with the DJ demon, he reveals he's a former member of the 12 Kizuki. It turns out that the demons are after the kid because he has a special blood called Morechi. If only we knew what Morechi was. A perfectly timed crow to explain it to us. Wonderful. The final fight begins against Skrillex, which is when Tanjiro remembers that he can in fact count to 10. Which of course gives him the advantage.
Of course!
Episode 13!
The house keeps flipping around because of the fight, and so Zenitsu and the kids are yeeted outside. Just as Tanjiro seems to be losing, he activates his trump card. He tells the demon he won't give up, which causes the demon to get angry, and so we get a sympathetic flashback. It turns out he was a poet, and he was being told his writing was shit, and that he should focus on being a DJ instead, and all of his poetry is trampled on. But because Tanjiro purposely dodges his poetry and tells him that his beats were sick, the demon dies. Back outside, we find that Zenitsu is all beaten up because he was protecting Nezuko's box from Inosuke. Inosuke is trying to kill Nezuko because he can sense it's a demon in the box, which is, I mean, it is his job after all. As expected though, this angers Tanjiro just a little bit, so he does what everyone would be doing in, you know, a little bit of a misunderstanding. He breaks this guy's ribs in one punch.
Bruh.
Episode 14!
Tanjiro headbutts Inosuke, which is when the boar mask comes off, and whoa, pause. Okay, I've seen enough anime to know what they're trying to do here, and I ain't falling for it. Still kind of cute though. Anyway, in the evening, one of the crows comes to tell the three of them, you better get your asses following me now, boy. The crow then gives the kid with the Morechi blood demon repellent, and they wave goodbye to the kids, and hey, yo, what is wrong with Inosuke, man?
This guy is fucking stupid!
The three of them have a sleepover and get to know each other just a little bit better, wanting to know what is inside Tanjiro's box.
Episode 15!
Nezuko introduces herself, leaving the box, and Zenitsu instantly falls in love. They all have a scuffle, and Zenitsu is frustrated that Tanjiro didn't tell him that his sister was a smoking hot demon. The three of them are then sent on a mission to go check out Mount Nagatumo, and to be quite frank, Zenitsu's got a point. Ain't no way you're gonna catch me going into a demon-infested forest at nighttime, fam. Anyways, we go into the woods and wow, what do you know? There are demons and spiders. Like legit, you would never find me going anywhere near... Oh, hello.
Yeah, boy.
They fight some of the other demon slayers who the spider waifu is controlling, and then this little one shows up walking on webs. Meanwhile, Inosuke uses his breathing technique and finds the MILF demon.
Episode 16!
She controls the Slayers however she wants with her threads. Rui then appears before her and tells her that she better hurry up before he tells father, and she is terrified. We see Tanjiro tackle Ozaki and throw it into the branches, tangling her so she can't fight. As they go to tangle the last one, Mother angrily breaks all their necks, angering Tanjiro. In her panicked state, she releases the Gundam Demon. Bruh, ain't no way they are beating this. Oh, yo, let's fucking go! Meanwhile, Zenitsu heads into the woods searching for his waifu Nezuko. Inosuke throws Tanjiro into the air, sending him hurtling towards the MILF demon. She sees him falling from the sky, about to use water breathing, and initially panics. But then she realizes, wait, I'll be released from Rui and father's threats if he kills me here, and so she lets him strike her down. Why didn't she think of this before? Is this Tanjiro's main protagonist powers?
Of course!
Tanjiro realizes, and since Mother is surrendering, he then uses the water-breathing 5th form Blessed Rain after the drought. Who thinks of these names? Beheading her with no pain. As thanks for the peaceful death, and also recalling her unfortunate life as a spider demon, she warns Tanjiro that one of the 12 Kazuki is on the mountain.
Episode 17!
Zenitsu's time gets worse as he ends up running into...
Fuck this.
So it turns out that Zenitsu has been bitten and is now poisoned, which results in the situation getting much worse. He almost dies, and the fear I felt for him was all too real. Like, I genuinely don't like spiders.
Oh shit! A spy!
The spider tells Zenitsu that once the timer is up, he will also become a member of the Spider Clan. As you'd imagine, Zenitsu squeals and runs up a tree and is so scared that it activates the most OP technique in all of anime. The power of the perfectly timed flashback. He thinks back to a time when he trained with his grandpa and got struck by lightning, which turned him into a Super Saiyan. And with this, Zenitsu then beheads the spider with his completely mastered first form. After his fight, he tries to slow down the poison as much as he can by using a breathing technique.
A few minutes later,
Tanjiro and Inosuke encounter another demon and they're going for the attack, and oh shit, Daddy's home.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
Episode 18.
Two of the Hashiras show up, which now means that you know that this arc is getting serious now, boy. Back with Daddy though, Tanjiro cuts down an entire tree, squashing the demon. Never mind. Tanjiro does his best Team Rocket impression and goes blasting off again. Checking back in with Zenitsu now for a status report, and yeah, shit's not looking too good. But wait, another waifu appeared. Back with Tanjiro, he pulls a last minute skill move to soften his landing and then bumps in on a family dispute between Rui and his sister. He tries to talk Najutsu Rui by saying that their family bond isn't real, but then this bozo shows up saying that he can win, so... Okay, place your bets now everyone. Is no-name NPC side character number 40 going to defeat the clear main villain of the arc? Cast your bets now.
No. Fatality.
Meanwhile, Inosuke is getting crushed by the Daddy Demon and... Okay, no, wait. We're gonna need a different name because I can't keep calling him Daddy all the time. Perfect. Now I don't need to because Giyu has come in with that perfect timing breathing technique to kill the demon and save Inosuke.
Episode 19!
Inosuke stands in awe, watching over Giyu's amazingness, and then he gets tied up to stop him from doing any more of that dumb shit. Meanwhile, Zenitsu is saved by Shinobu, and back with Tanjiro, he's now having to duck and weave around Rui's attacks with a broken katana. And just when he's about to die, their parents come in and says, Nezuko, your brother's about to die, wake up you dumb bitch, do something! So Nezuko wakes up of course and she saves the day, getting sliced up in his place. Rui sees this family bond between them and then he's like, oh my god, I want some of that shit, I desire that. And he wants to have a sister just like Nezuko. So what does he do? Bruh, he cuts his sister into pieces and he starts to have a little bit of a mental breakdown, telling his sister to get her shit together and kill everyone else on the mountain. He tries to steal Nezuko away from Tanjiro and make her his sister. This dude never learns, which is when it's revealed that Rui was a member of the 12 Kazuki all along. There's not much else to say, just take a look at the greatest anime episode to ever exist. Anyone that says it isn't doesn't understand peak fiction. Mwah. This single-handedly put anime on the map globally. This is the best anime to ever exist, according to multiple celebrities. I mean, if there's anyone's opinion I trust on anime, it's ninjas! Even the president of Japan became a weeb from this episode. My man is supporting the industry because of how good it is. No one can comprehend the greatness of this episode. Name me one anime episode that went as viral as Demon Slayer. Go ahead, don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, okay. But you see, there isn't one, because Lisa is in the background and she's the best. The song slaps, the animation slaps, the fight slaps, the power slap, the meaning slap, everything freaking slaps. No questions, no criticism is allowed. Your taste in anime is trash! If you didn't like this, right? Your favorite character is dog water in front of Demon Slayer's greatness. Alright, so have we stopped recording?
Yes. Yes, we have.
Alright, I said what you wanted me to say. I said it was good! Can you put the gun down, please?
Episode 20! Thanks to the perfect timing breathing technique, Tanjiro beats Rui, but then runs out of breath. But then suddenly, Rui's Uno reverse card comes into play. He then lands a finishing blow on Tanjiro, but wait! Another Uno reverse, with Giyu saving the day with his 11th form. While this is happening, Rui's sister runs away and we get her backstory. She was a demon who joined Rui's family for safety, and because she joined the family, Rui then rips her face off and replaces it so that she fits in.
Hey yo, what the?
She tries running away along with her so-called little sister, but ultimately betrays her, leading her to death by Rui's hands as she's left to burn in the sun.
Yo, killing me with this.
Back to the present, as she runs away, she encounters Shinobu. Shinobu feels sympathetic about the demon situation and asks to be her friend if she tells her how many humans she has killed. She answers 5, which Shinobu obviously knows is a lie, as on her way there, to begin with, she found the cocoons of at least 14 people in one spot, all dead. This pisses off the demon, leading to Shinobu killing her. But not through decapitation, as she's the only Hashira unable to do so. Instead, she coats her blade in poison.
Oh, okay.
Episode 21. We then get a flashback of Rui and anyway, oh snap! Turns out Rui was an ill child who could hardly walk. Oh, I feel bad. But then the smooth criminal himself shows up and turns him into a demon so he would no longer be weak. And for whatever reason, his parents didn't like their son becoming a cannibalistic murderer. Weird. And so they tried to kill him, which then led to Rui killing them both, claiming they were imposters and their bond wasn't real. No, Rui, you're just screwed up in the head.
This guy is fucking stupid.
In the end, the parents planned to kill themselves after killing Rui anyway, but I don't know, man. This is all messed up. It's anime. I'm not gonna question it.
No, it's not anime.
Tanjiro then watches as Rui dies, and Tanjiro, the blood, man. Did you forget you need the blood of the 12 Kizuki? Bro, the blood! Ah, forget it. In the end, Rui goes into the afterlife with his parents. Aww. Giyu stands on the body of Rui, or at least where his body was, but Tanjiro, you know, being a shonen protagonist and all that, you get me, tells him to get off and that demons are not monsters. Regret, sympathy, blah blah blah. We've all seen the anime before, you get the point. Shinobu comes flying in to kill Nezuko, but Giyu stops her as he then remembers her from episode 1. Meanwhile, Zenitsu and other core members are saved from turning into spiders by an antidote made by Shinobu. We then switch back to Shinobu and Giyu, where Shinobu tries to kill Nezuko as it's against the rules to partner with a demon and to let them live. Tanjiro tries running away, but suddenly the other girl from the exam shows up, which is where we get one of the greatest chase scenes in all of anime! Shinobu is about to stab Giyu in the face, but is stopped by a talking crow who tells them to bring Tanjiro and Nezuko back to the headquarters. And so the sun rises. But the fun doesn't stop there, as Tanjiro then wakes up in front of all the Hashira.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Episode 22! So, it's time to meet them all. We got Mr. Sexy Husbando number 1. Next up is the flamboyant Drip Lord Husbando number 2. And then there's Mitsuri, Kanroji, and Shinobu.
Hubba hubba.
Mist Guy, who's us when someone says they watch dubbed. Then there's Orochimaru, had he managed to take over Sasuke. And then the Wish version of Sasuke and Giyu. Stone Hashira crying because he's prey for Muzan's cheeks. Tanjiro tries to explain his situation with Nezuko, yet it's, as expected, met with a mixed reception. The final Hashira to introduce themselves appears, and what do you know? It's the token violent, battle-crazed edgelord with kill written across his back, who solves everything with his fists and swords. With him, the cast is now complete. Tanjiro then headbutts him like a Chad. Then we meet their master, Kaguya Ubayashiki, and everyone bows their heads, wishing him good health because, if you couldn't quite tell, he's a little bit ill. He explains how he sanctioned the situation with Tanjiro and Nezuko, though not all the Hashira seem to agree. The master tells them of a letter sent in previously by Soga King, I mean Roro Kadaki, who backs Nezuko to be a good human, and that if Nezuko does kill someone, he, Tanjiro, and Giyu will all commit seppuku to atone for their sins. And remember, Tanjiro has actually been to see Michael Jackson in person before any of the Hashira, which makes him have important information as he smelled and saw the dude. Episode 23. The Edgelord still tries to make Nezuko attack him regardless. He tries to lure Nezuko by making himself bleed, but Nezuko tells him she won't do it. She resists her demon tendencies and thirst for blood. And their master just kind of stood there like... No. And with that, both Tanjiro and Nezuko are accepted to become Demon Slayers. And if they can defeat a member of the 12 Kizuki, they will be accepted by them all. Which is when our boy Tanjiro proclaims that he will kill Muzan. I mean Michael Jackson. And the master's just kind of like, let's start off with the small stuff, okay? No need to get so overexcited, thank you. Shinobu then offers to take them into her house. But first, Tanjiro comes back to headbutt the Edgelord. They finally arrive at the Butterfly Mansion where the girl from the forest is there. Her name is Kanao. Inside we see Zenitsu and Inosuke getting treatment, and I gotta say, hats off to Inosuke for managing to lie there and cope with Zenitsu's constant screaming. It turns out that Zenitsu's limbs were shrunken by the poison, and that Inosuke has lost his voice, which is a real tragic loss for our boy. In their own room, Tanjiro thinks about the master and how grateful he is to him. And oh my god, she's so adorable! Back with the Hashira though, they have a meeting about bolstering the ranks of the Demon Slayers, because the Demon's carnage has gotten worse and they're a bigger threat than ever. Ooh, it's getting spicy! Episode 24!
We start off with Husbando number 1 taking his leave due to new information regarding a demon that has been causing havoc. I'm sure it will work out great for him and the team. The three protagonists have to take their medicine and train. So this goes on for about 4 minutes where they don't like the medicine and the dude rambles on about not being a protagonist, and then...
Surprise, motherfucker!
Shinobu asks the boys how they are doing, and they say a lot better now that she's here. No, it's not this one, it's a student that Tanjiro likes. And cue another training arc. The boys do rehabilitation training and they come back looking like someone sucked the life out of them, if you know what I'm saying. The training consisted of being forced into stretches, testing reflexes against Kanao and Aoi through a cup game, and playing tag with them. Now if you got what I was saying, congratulations! You are Zenitsu! My man pulls them out back and sparks them right in the face. These men out here were living in heaven for 2 weeks weeks, acting like it was tough, but they're freaking hanging out with waifus every day. Zenitsu then proceeds to enjoy the training as most of you degenerates would, and the boys eventually win against Aoi, but none can come close to defeating Kanao. Zenitsu and Inosuke eventually give up. But Tanjiro doesn't. The three sisters admire how he continues to train and reveals to him that Kanao uses total concentration breathing constantly. She maintains that state all day and night, even while sleeping. Tanjiro tells them he will try it out, and you guessed it, he tries to unlock a new ability. Basically, this ability involves inhaling the maximum amount of oxygen within a specific breath pattern to raise their physical and mental prowess to their utmost limits. The training process involves blowing into a special type of super durable gourd, and the objective is to blow into it with enough strength to make it break apart. Another training montage! Tanjiro is then seen sitting whilst practicing when Shinobu appears. No! I told you already, it's not this one, it's Kanao. He don't got a harem, bruh. Shut your stupid. Anyway, Shinobu wishes to entrust her sister's dream with Tanjiro, that humans and demons can live peacefully. He detects an angry scent from her, and she reveals her older sister was killed by a demon, and her revulsion for demons grows the more she sees the damage that they cause. She continues on the story that her sister pitied demons, and though Shinobu tries, she can't feel the same way. For her sister's sake, Shinobu tried to find a way to live peacefully with demons, as her sister wished for that, and she never stopped smiling, for her sister loved her smile. However, Shinobu grew tired of trying, but then Nezuko came. And Shinobu can feel at ease with Tanjiro to carry on her sister's dream.
Episode 25!
And so Tanjiro continues his total concentration breathing training, which entails him getting beaten up by 3 little girls. After days of training hard, Tanjiro plays tag again with Kanao and manages to just barely touch her hand, and she's all like, oh my fucking god, did he just touch me? I'm wet. I'm joking. And finally, we see him break the small gourd with his breath, which means he now gets to do the same thing to this one. But hey, Tanjiro gained an ability, well done. Meanwhile, Zenitsu watches Tanjiro working hard to save the world, so he believes, damn, I feel worthless. Even a bird comes and tells him,
bro, you're trash, bro.
And so both him and Inosuke decide to start taking training seriously from there on out. It goes about as well as you'd expect.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Anyway, it's about time we get a flashback, so cue the sad backstory and music. We learn about Kanao's past as a victim of child trafficking until Shinobu and her sister paid for her freedom. They lived in poverty, and her father abused and starved her and her siblings to the point she broke. Even when her parents sold her into slavery, she felt nothing. As she was about to be sold off again by her new owner, Shinobu and her older sister bought her. Kanao didn't speak when Kanae addressed— these names are really tough, guys. I'm just gonna say that now. My Japanese sucks. I'm just gonna say older sister. Kanao didn't speak when her older sister addressed her, not ever been given a name since birth. Kanae felt sorry for her, so the siblings bought Kanao and ran off with her. Kanao was so broken, she had no will of her own, not even eating unless she was told. Kanae gave her a coin she could flip to help her decide things, informing her a human soul would open up if given a chance, meaning that if she falls in love, she will change. She then looks straight at Tanjiro in the next shot, and he changes her entire life within an instant. Tanjiro finally beats Kanao in every game, which then makes Zenitsu and Inosuke surpass their limits and train even harder. Tanjiro then asks about Kagura and fire breathing.
What did he say?
However, she tells him that husbando number 1, Rengoku, may be able to help. Tanjiro then checks up on Nezuko, and everything is going lovely. Oh, what's this? What the f?
Episode 26.
Following Rui's death, it turns out a few months earlier that Michael Jackson fan club had a little meeting. All of the lower ranking Kizuki all gather in front. Oh, hello. Who's this waifu? Wait, don't tell me this is... Muzan is a waifu?
It's a trap!
Sexy Muzan decides that the lower Kizuki are weak ass pussies, and so he kills them all. They all run for their lives, but they can't. The only one that survives is this guy. Muzan gives him a share of his blood, and yo guys, can he get a room? He then gets a vision of Tanjiro and realizes if he can kill him and the Hashira, he is allowed more blood. Muzan gives him the objective and then tells him to get the fuck out. A crow appears and tells the three protagonists to go and meet up with Husbando number 1 Rengoku. Shinobu and Kaguya then talk about Tanjiro's destiny because, well, it's a shonen anime, guys. Tell me one shonen that doesn't have fate or destiny.
So true.
Finally, the other guy from the final selection exam, Genya, shows up into the story too. Tanjiro sits with Kanao to have a conversation, but flips a coin to decide whether or not she's allowed to talk. But Tanjiro, again, he uses the power of the protagonist's speech to make her realize she can decide on her own. Oh my god! Wow! They finally arrive at the train station to board the Mugen train and meet Rengoku, but Inosuke mistakes it as the ruler of the land and tries attacking it, because this is the first time they've ever seen a train before, right? The train begins to leave and they run after it to get on board, and what do you know, the Sick Demon is on it too. And with that, season 1 then ends with a hype as frick shot of Rengoku and the boys ready for season 2. If you want us to do the same format and another video for season 2 or other shows, comment below. I need more below, ABD. Give me more content. This was great. So thanks for joining us as always. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Demon Slayer content in the future, and bye bye.